Hello, I'm Dylan,
I'm Summer.
and this is Really Playing Games, plural. Really Playing a Game. Really Playing Kentucky Route Zero, the show where we
Yeah.
play Kentucky Route Zero.
Yep.
Frankly, not that I'm complaining, this game is so good. Summer, how have you been? It's been a hot second.
Yeah. Been good. I have introduced Lauren to, oh my God, so much has happened. Did we streamed since we finished our 2-year campaign?
I think you were
Streamed since that?
just wrapping it up when we last streamed.
Yeah. So we had our final session of that of my first home game ever, like first in-person home game.
Mm-hmm.
And we finished that. It was great. I always like it when you finish a campaign, like I always get it in my head of like stuff that I want to do and like so many conversations that I wanted to have. And then it's like when we actually were like there and then Allie's like, is there anything else you want to do? I'm like, I can't think of anything now that it's like actually here. And then it ends. And then I'm like, fuck, there was like 18 things that I wanted to do.
Yep.
And then didn't do. So that happened. It was great. We did it. We did it. We defeated Strahd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck that guy.
And worked to help Barovia post Strahd. It was great. And then in the past 2 weeks, I have introduced Lauren to Survivor.
Nice.
So Lauren, most people, I feel like have seen Survivor, right? Like
yeah.
have
or
watched
at least
it,
know of.
or yes, exactly. It's been going for 22 years
Jesus
now.
Christ.
Like it's been going on a really long time. They're on season 46. And so I was like, let's watch like season 41 because basically Survivor as a show has evolved a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And starting at season 41, after they did Winners at War, they started really prioritizing diverse casts. They basically changed the show to make it like a lot snappier, a lot cleaner, it's like a well-oiled machine by
Mm-hmm.
season 41. They swapped from 39 days down to 26. So it's like, but it's the same amount of players. So it happens really quickly, right? And they added a lot of new gameplay elements and like, it's really, really good. It's just the new era of Survivor. And so I showed Lauren season 41 and we literally stayed up till like probably 3 or 4 in the morning just watching Survivor and then went to sleep and then woke up and finished watching that season. And then Lauren, like in her free time, has been watching Survivor this week. But I went over there on Friday and we were doing Fantasy Survivor for season 46. They're only up to episode 7 right now. So we got caught up because I hadn't watched any of it.
Right.
And so we like what you do is you draft, right?
Yeah.
Like we looked at their bios. We haven't seen no trailers, no nothing. Like we don't know we don't know their energy or anything. We're literally just reading their bios that they submitted. So they're like the bios are written by them.
Yeah.
And so we went through and we drafted back and forth and like Lauren was grabbing a lot of the people that I wanted and and because I let Lauren go first because I'm a nice person. And so and we're going back and forth, whatever. But I'm like picking people that I'm like feel pretty good about.
Yeah.
And we both like for funsies, it doesn't count into your point system, but we both like pick who we think is going to win the show. Right. And we both picked the same person. We picked this guy that we're like, he seems like his bio was really well written. He said he wanted to play like one of both of our favorite players. And like he had good energy from his bio.
Mm-hmm.
First person sent home. Literally the first and actually deserved to go home first. And we both were like, how did we call that so fucking wrong? We both thought he was the winner. So we both repicked. But I am absolutely demolishing her in points.
Hell yeah.
She has 3 players left from her original 9.
Mm-hmm.
I have 7 players left. Like I'm fucking killing it. She's got 1 person left on her team of 3, maybe 2 that could potentially win. But I think that I've got the winner. Like I think I think I'm gonna take the cake on this one. I'm like literally like 250 points ahead at this point. Which is just after 7. Oh my god. There's so much I could talk about with this fucking guy that went home first. He was iconic. He like wasn't a bad person. He was just a quitter.
Damn.
But one of the things is he was mad because one of the challenges said that they would have several hours to complete it,
Mm-hmm.
but they had 4 hours, right? Like that was like how much was on the timer.
Sure.
And he goes, Jeff, last I checked, several means 7. And everybody was like,
No.
That's not what that means. And he goes, It's literally in the word. Like he was like 7, several. And everybody was like,
Severance?
No, Jelinski. Yeah. Everybody was like, Jelinski, no.
Yeah, severance pay means you get paid $7 for being fired.
Yeah. And it was so funny. And so because the editors are incredible and because Jeff is incredible, on episode 7, the title of the episode is Several.
No.
So it's just episode Several. And in a challenge in that episode, Jeff just goes, in honor of Jelinski, everybody, it has now been several minutes. And it was so fucking funny.
Fuck. Absolutely roasted.
And I'm like, he's not even here to defend himself. Like, you guys are doing him so dirty. It's so fucking funny. I'm like, several has now entered my vocabulary, like, as meaning 7. Like, it's so funny. Oh my gosh. I just love Survivor. For anybody who doesn't know, Survivor is my favorite reality TV show. It always has been.
Yep.
I went through and watched every single, like when the pandemic really kicked off, like I went through and I watched the entire show, the whole thing. Like I had already been doing it, but I really committed myself to watching every season. And it's the new age is so fucking good. I could talk about Survivor for the rest of the day. We wouldn't even have to finish playing Kentucky Route Zero. I could literally sit here and talk to you about Survivor for 2 hours straight and not run out of not even come close to running out of content.
How long is an episode of Survivor?
About 45 minutes.
45? Okay.
Yeah.
So there is, in fact, more Survivor than there is One Piece. There are fewer episodes, but the episodes are longer. So
that's so crazy.
That's actually ridiculous you watched all of it.
Yeah, it's so good. I mean, like what I did is it was when season 38 was coming out. So I started with 37 and 1, and I worked towards the middle and I sandwiched in the middle. So I would watch season 1, season 37, season 2, season 36, and I went down and met in the middle. And it was so interesting because you have returner players, right, that come back later seasons. So I literally got to a point where I was like watching an early season and like then got to a later season. I'm like, oh, so that guy like never fucking wins because he's back. Like, he's like back in season 35 or whatever. And he was in season 13 and they're like, welcome back for your 4th season, Ozzy. I'm like, this poor fucking guy, like just can't get it together. So good though. Oh my God. And season 46 is so good. It's so good. The cast is incredible. And there's I love it. I love it.
I'm so stoked for you.
It. Thank you. And I've been playing a lot of modded Stardew.
Hell yeah.
How about you? How have you been?
I don't know. I've been doing some stuff. Watching some shows. Ken and I have been watching a couple anime shows. We watched a show called A Sign of Affection. That's really cute, really good. Great. If you like romance anime, but you feel like you're always getting robbed at the end, watch A Sign of Affection. It's the most satisfying season of romance anime I have ever consumed. So many shows, you reach the end of the season and you're like, God fucking damn it. Why didn't this happen? Why isn't there more? Whatever. And we got to the end and I was like, if they did a second season, I'd be happy. But I'm good. I'm good if they don't.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is always really nice, especially with how inconsistently anime shows get a second season.
Yeah.
We have watched most of Three Body Problem, which is
How is it?
fucking bananas. We have very much been enjoying it. It's real good.
Yeah.
But it's also like, oof. What's
the premise?
What is the premise?
Because I've seen it advertised. It's on Netflix, right?
Yeah.
And I have been interested, but I haven't.
God, I barely know how to describe the show without just giving everything away. But I think I can manage it. Content warning for several things. It is not a happy show. It's produced, directed, whatever, by the two guys that did the Game of Thrones adaptation. Which, like, their shit's pretty hit or miss for me, but I have been enjoying this show. It's based on a very good series of books. Big content warning for suicide and self-harm. In essence, the like setup for the show is you have two timelines. One back in post-revolutionary China.
Okay.
Like after the People's Revolution, and one in modern day England.
Right.
And the communist China timeline is largely about the difficulties of communist China and the growth of like symbolic ideology and the tension between like making a thing that is for the people out of symbolism broadly, while rejecting things that are perceived as Western, and like the real human cost of those shifts, those cultural shifts. And then the modern day time is about a group of scientists who like all knew each other from college, and then they're coming back together because their friend, who is a scientist, kills herself, and they get back together for the funeral. But scientists have been offing themselves sort of one after another around the world, and science is sort of broken. The like observations people are making with tests are not lining up with anything. Everything is haywire. Nothing's making sense. And essentially scientists individually one at a time are starting to see a countdown over the world, and then either they quit their work or they kill themselves. And it's the mystery of what's going on with that. Why is this happening? What's the deeper meaning? How are these two timelines connected? Is very, very weird, very interesting. But yeah, we've been liking that a lot. We are on we have one episode to watch, but we have not really had the bandwidth the past like week or so to sit down and watch that. I'm getting there, Kiana. I'm getting there. We've also been watching Free Run, which is phenomenal.
Please watching that.
It's so good. It is quintessentially a Ryutama campaign. It is incredible. It's so good. It is. I was expecting, because like you never know when an anime gets popular if it's actually good or if it's just like really accessible in some way. And so I was expecting something somewhere in the middle where it would be enjoyable, but like, you know, it would do the standard anime fluff stuff of like sort of missing its substance every once in a while. No, it's just really good. It's so good. It's so beautiful constantly. The animation is incredible. The music is great. The characters are phenomenal. There's so much like very considered, like, gentleness and tenderness in the way that the story is told and the characters interact with each other. It's so good. It's probably anime of the year for me. Not that I watch a ton of anime as it comes out, but it's really, really good. And we're very close to the end on that. We've got like 6 episodes left or something. Because we were doing an episode a night, and then we just hit a point we binged like 5 episodes, and then we binged 5 episodes the next day. But yeah, that's been really, really good. And yeah, an eclipse happened. That was pretty cool. Ken and I took a train up to a town sort of northeast of Toronto that was actually in the totality called Kingston. Got a fun little pin.
That's great.
To actually go see it. And it was phenomenal. In the classical sense, it was awesome. I mean, it was cold a little bit, and it was cloudy. The clouds cleared up for like just the perfect time for totality. Which was great. Like we could, with the eclipse glasses, you could still see, with clouds over the sun, you could still see the sun. Shit's bright. But once totality hit, there was like a break in the clouds, and it was just incredible. I have never seen a total eclipse, a total solar eclipse before. I've seen partial eclipses. That was pretty cool. I saw one in like the 90s, I want to say, when I was very young, and we like had a pinhole camera. But never seen totality before. And there was a couple of years ago, there was a big one.
I was in the line. I lived in the totality line for that eclipse. So I got to see it like just in my parents-in-law's backyard.
I remember I saw like YouTube videos of it. Like I think Tom Scott did one. And I was like, that's pretty cool. And every single person said, this cannot capture the experience of being in totality. I cannot describe to you in text or with photos or on video the experience of seeing totality. Every single person said that. And I was like, well, I'll probably want to see one then at some point. But like, it still seemed pretty cool when I watched it on video. They weren't lying. They weren't fucking kidding. It was the single coolest experience of my life. I can say that with extreme confidence. There just is a hole in the sky where the sun usually is, and it feels so ominous. Like the eclipse felt bigger, like physically, like it had grown in size to take up more of the sky. And it just was. I lost my fucking shit. It was so cool, and I frankly want to travel to see another one in the future. Because they're so short. It's like 2.5 minutes, and then it's gone.
That's it. Then it's over.
It's 2.5 minutes of the most profound cosmological experience that you can have without leaving the planet, and then it's done.
It's so cool. I cried like a baby. When it I just didn't like, I feel like it's such a crazy thing, and like the way that like the world around you shifts like while it's happening. Like I just so distinctly remember all of the frogs being like, ribbit, I fucking guess it's nighttime. Like literally, like it gets so weird, and it's just so like such a surreal experience. And I'm just standing there by a pool, like in the middle of the fucking, I think it was the summer. I remember it being hot outside, just like, and it's dark and crazy. And then it's just like over.
Sunset in every direction.
Yeah. It's insane.
And
I'm
something
so glad that you got to go.
Thank you. So am I.
Yeah. Yeah.
Something that like I picked up on but couldn't identify at the time, but then was explained to me later, is how weird shadows are. Welcome, readers. We're talking about the eclipse. Because if you think about it, when the sun is out and it's bright and it's shining, you have an enormous disk of fiery plasma shooting lasers at the Earth. And like from our vantage point, it's like, I don't know, this big, right?
Yeah.
But still, it is a diffuse light source. It is not a point light source. And so the shadows that we see on a normal day are diffuse. They're a little fuzzy around the edges. Which is why sometimes if you look at people's like starter art and their shadows are super crisp, you're like, this feels wrong to me for some reason. And then people way overcorrect in the other direction and they have super fuzzy shadows. Anyway, but as more of the sun gets covered by the moon, the light becomes less and less diffuse because it is coming from more and more of a focused point. And so you hit this twilight where at like, I don't know, 97% of the sun covered, where it's like sort of dusky, but the shadows are so crisp. They're so sharp that it feels wrong. It feels artificial. I pointed out to Ken at the time that I was like, it feels like we're under stadium lighting, basically.
Yeah.
Where it's like, it's just too, the light is too cool, it's too white because it's not going through the whole atmosphere like it would at sunset and scattering out all the blue light and leaving you with just the warmer tones. So like the color temperature was wrong, but also just like the sharpness of the shadows felt wrong, which is such a fascinating, unique experience to have just out and about. Very cool. Very, very cool. I can't wait to do it again. But also, they only happen every like 350 years in any given location. Like total eclipses happen something like 2 to 7 times a year on the surface of Earth. But a lot of those are over the ocean. And for any one given spot on the planet, it's an average of 350 years between total eclipses. So like being in Kingston, like I don't really want to do the math on when Kingston was founded, but that place on Earth, like that town probably didn't exist the last time there was a total solar eclipse there. Like that's ridiculous. And in order to go back to our, like the beginning of our modern era, 2,000 years ago, you only have to go like a handful of eclipses back for that one location, which is just wild to think about on just that massive time scale. Vihart had a really good video about it on YouTube last week, shortly after the eclipse. That is the closest I think I have seen to a good described approximation of the experience of an eclipse, but it really is just, it's singular. So yeah, that's what's been up with me for the most part. But I'm pumped. I've been we have tried multiple times to finish this game. And then like internet was a bitch, and then technology was a bitch. It's just been a huge pain in the ass. But we're here. I'm ready to hop in. Are you ready to hop in?
Yes, I'm ready to hop in. Let's fucking go.
Let's fucking do it.
Watch this be over in 5 minutes.
Oh yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Act 5, Scene 1. A town. We saved what we could. That's a lot of walking there. I move?
Yeah.
Again. Okay. Wait, we already did some of this. Curses. Okay, I'm gonna just speed us through
Speed run it.
some of the stuff we've already done. And then I guess for YouTube, I'll cut ahead for you.
Oh, the building there too.
Oh, some of these are really old, Junebug says. Oh, Junebug's here. Okay. This we have not seen. Maybe we should open them.
Scolding meow. He says not to open other people's mail, kid.
I know what he said. But if they're not even here to open it themselves...
I won't tell a soul. All the shadows walking around are so interesting.
Yeah. Give me just a second.
Okay.
I'm gonna run out of space on my hard drive to record the video. If my computer will respond to me. Okay. That should fix it.
Okay.
Hopefully. Hopefully.
Oh, hi, kitty. Yes, it's a beautiful day. I guess the weather was pretty bad last night, though.
I love this cat.
You're a chatty one, aren't you?
Fanciful.
Fanciful. Sure, whatever you say.
Meow.
All right, well, take it easy.
Do we have to actually experience these whole conversations for them to count as past? Oh, I can click through the dialogue. Click. Click.
Clicking, clicking, clicking.
Clicking. Clicking. Great. Faster. Are these two still? Yeah, okay, so I have to actually click through the dialogue. Okay, I think we're done here.
Oh, the bird's flying over. The eagle.
This is definitely different.
Yeah.
Everything I look. Sure, everyone's heavier after they've passed. It's only natural. The spirit has no weight. In fact, it lifts us up a little. Oh. It's you again. Yeah, well, feel free to pitch in. I'm sure this would go a lot quicker with two of us on it.
I'm Whittle. I can't help.
Busy, huh? What? Left a sunbeam unslept in? Suit yourself. I'll be here.
finish painting that.
Okay, gotta click through this one. Oh.
That's new. Oh, is this new actually?
I don't
I think
remember.
we said the second one, Better Days. Yeah, Better Days Ahead.
Yeah, we did do this.
Yeah, that one, the second one.
I think it was the first one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the first one.
This one we definitely did. The tree. Tree. Watching. Yeah. Okay. More new stuff.
Drawing the horses or painting them. Oh.
Was I Marianne? Were you Marianne?
I don't remember at this point. I can. You be Marianne because
I'll be Marianne.
Shannon's here too. Yeah.
1 or 2.
2.
Do you believe it came to me in a dream?
The first one, I think.
One of those dreams where you're lost somewhere kind of familiar and anonymous, like a bus terminal.
Either.
Marianne is quiet for a moment.
Your day off? Or is the bureau closed today?
Oh, right. Wasn't she the receptionist at the...
Yeah.
Oh, I just connected those dots.
Me too. I was like, who the fuck is this?
Thinking first one?
Marianne's the one who did all the exhibits too. The art exhibit. Maybe babysitting. The second one.
Okay. I drew the short straw, so I'm babysitting Wanda while she sleeps one off. Nobody at the bureau really expects us to get anything done, so I'm painting.
Either.
I'm gonna put this up on the old barn as part of the ceremony. I'm honored to tell you the truth.
Feel bad for the horses.
Yeah. Oh, Wanda's awake. Oh, gotta click through this one. Okay. How about Greg Rabbit?
Greg the rabbit?
No, like, Rabbit is his last name.
Well, there's no Greg or Rabbit here. Not anymore, at least.
Oh, Big Bird.
Yeah.
Great.
It's our brother.
Ezra opens the envelope. It's our privilege. It is our privilege to inform you that your Apple
application
has been accepted. Your studies can begin as soon as you arrive.
Good job.
Yeah. Good job, Greg.
I hope he got the message eventually. I wonder what he studied.
Artichokes.
What? Oh no. Architecture.
We do the thing about the parrots. Yeah, I think that was an earlier scene. Hello.
It's done.
You spin me right round, baby, right round. Yeah, Julian's definitely in the area. Oh.
Where the
Everybody
heck
gone?
is everybody?
Are they over at the barn? No. Are they in the middle? Does it work? I could probably fix it. Oh yeah, we did do this. Yes, Bob has things to say. Okay. Then do another lap.
Maybe second one?
Do you know how long you have to be asleep before you can start dreaming?
Yeah, I think the second one.
Sometimes I think I'm dreaming even when I'm awake.
Maybe the first one?
Entirely possible. Even if you never go to sleep, you'll start dreaming on your feet.
First one?
The people who built this library were always experimenting. They took nothing for granted, even sleep.
Yeah.
They called themselves the people of nothing, fearless experimenters.
I think either one.
I think I like this one more.
Yeah.
Whenever I make a decision, I never know what's going to happen next. Is that an experiment? Oh wait, no, that was Ezra.
Yeah. Aw, I guess you could also call that playing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You fit right in here. Sure, it's a mess right now, but there's some residual energy from those fearless experimenters that I don't think will ever dissipate.
Yeah, I can stay here.
I could stay here.
Yeah, what's good, little dude?
What's good, little dude?
We were talking about experiments? Or the people who built this, either. Oh, yeah. Is this your family?
Is this your family? Ezra looks at Johnny. Johnny looks at Junebug. Junebug looks at Ezra.
Junebug looks at Ezra. Yeah, 100%. Oh, crossword. I can't talk.
Yeah. That's right. This is my family now. Yes! Ron dug a grave. Hey, this book's in pretty good shape. Oh, shit. I left the conversation. I'll come back to it. Elmo? Who's Elmo?
I don't know.
I can't do a good Elmo voice.
I shan't be.
Oh wait,
doing
Elmo was one of the people from the radio station. It was the ones opposite. They were doing like the weather or traffic or something.
Yeah. They were looking at the weather.
I don't remember what voice we did for Elmo, so Elmo's going to be yours now.
It was just a traditional. Okay, cool. I think the first one. And ever since then, I've just been treating it like a little cafe for the town.
I think first.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you like to cook?
I think the second one. I'm about as good at cooking as I am at predicting the weather. Maybe the first one. And I sure as hell didn't see the storm coming until it was too late. Well, we've been through worse. Oh, back before the power company pulled out, I was in fear of my life half the time. Well, maybe the first one? I know I'm not sticking around. You think you'll do anything with this place? People gotta eat, right? Well, some people. Yeah, both are good.
I think this one feels more...
Yeah, more Johnny.
Yeah. Well, think of something. What are the acoustics like? "3A, lay paper flat. 3B, bring bottom left corner up to top right corner. 3C, crease with firm, steady pressure along diagonal fold." Nikki applied only gentle pressure. Looser flowers felt more alive. She rolled her wrists. It was the 6th hour of her assigned company store shift, and she'd made dozens of flowers. Ron had bought a bouquet and cleaned out their stock that afternoon. Flowers, company store, or bouquet?
Company store, maybe?
11. Repeat steps 4A to 7 for each petal, taking care not to rip the filaments from step 9. The company store used to have a dedicated staff until the civic responsibility plan a few years back. Now everyone took 1 or 2 shifts a week on a mandatory volunteer basis. A commotion outside caught Nikki's attention. Men yelling, blows landing. She put down her work and stepped out just in time to see the crowd disperse. Something brown scurries up the side of the tree.
Squirrel?
Squirrel. A squirrel? Too fast to tell. Okay, back over to Rita.
Yeah.
This book's in pretty good shape. The City of Ladies. Interesting. No, I've never read it either. Good question. Let's take a look. Here we go. Minerva, Circe, Sappho, and some ladies from the Bible. I think they all get together and build a city. Sounds nice. I'll get us a bus ticket, eh? Boat's gone.
Yeah. First one?
The weather kind of makes you wish it never stopped raining.
It's a damned heat.
Got it in my bones now. Feels like I won't ever get it out.
Maybe the second one.
Maybe I ought to keep digging until I get to the cold earth so they can rest.
First one?
6 feet's the rule for a person. Let's say the average person is 5'9". This one?
Yeah.
Neighbors were about 15 hands, so it's pretty close.
I think second one.
Must have been 4 hours dragging them out of the water. Got their measurements down now. Carved into my muscles. Permanent.
I think second one.
It's got so deep so fast. Shouldn't have been that deep there. I know who to blame, I tell you what.
Yeah, first one.
Those greedy sons of bitches had finished the drainage ditch when they were supposed to.
Second one, maybe.
Oh. Should put some of that bile into digging these holes. Ugh.
The poor horses. I feel for them.
Ah, damn, there he goes. Can we go in after him?
In the bushes?
Yeah.
After the raccoon?
Yeah.
No.
But
It's probably full of thorns.
yeah, but raccoon.
It's not happening.
Okay.
Oh, don't pout. Tell you what. If that raccoon comes back into town, we'll leave some food out for him.
Yes, ma'am.
Up to the kid. Shannon. Hey. Hey, don't run in the graveyard.
Why not?
It's... People are trying to rest. Agreed.
Oh, Ezra.
Silly kid.
Truly. Oh. Is it gonna go? Oh.
Junebug and Johnny are in the middle.
Oh. Rip airplane. Where are you flying to? Flying? I'm just checking to see if everything's working okay. You could fly her somewhere if you wanted to, though, right? Oh, of course. So, why don't you? Here we go. Keep your distance now. Come on, Clyde, you got this. Or not. That's where fun. Oh, who are you? Wanda.
Maybe Notes on Soil.
Have we met Wanda?
I don't know.
There are so many characters in this game.
There's so many characters, yeah. Maybe, I want to say we've probably met everybody here at this point.
Oh, I may have mixed up Wanda and Rita. I think Rita was the person getting interviewed, and I think Wanda was the person at the
guest.
Yeah, I think Rita was the guest, and Wanda was the interviewer, I think?
I think it was the other way around. No, I actually have no fucking clue.
Because Rita was talking about the people of nowhere.
Yeah.
Although I guess that was the interviewer who had the Pueblo de Nada thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so Wanda's probably the person who got interviewed.
Yeah. So
Okay.
that's me.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure. Okay. Part 5, Addendum, Notes on Soil. Good crumb. Tastes like. 100% tastes like. Worms. Oh, Grover claims spaces.
Maybe we don't know this person.
Just fuck me.
It's yours now.
Was Wanda the receptionist at the...
No, the receptionist was Marianne. Marianne was definitely the receptionist.
No, Marianne was the one who was the artist who was working up top that we had to go talk to.
No, that was a different person whose name I'm struggling to remember. Marianne was the person at the reception.
But Marianne is the one who's doing the horse painting.
Yeah.
But didn't do the art?
No.
I'm
pretty sure.
Why are there so many people? Okay.
Okay, hold on. Let me double check. Let me go look up Marianne, Kentucky Route 0.
Marianne is the receptionist, but okay.
Ba, 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 ba. Lula is the person you're thinking of.
Yes.
Lula Chamberlain. Right. Lula Chamberlain was the artist.
You're 100% right. Who the fuck is Wanda?
I don't know. Wanda's someone now.
Wanda.
WandaVision.
Okay. Hold on.
There's a character guide on Steam. Thank you, Kiana.
That's amazing.
Wanda
was the ingestion clerk.
Yeah, Wanda's the first person that we talked to who was like, Lula isn't available. We talked to Rick, and Rick was like, Lula's too busy, go talk to Wanda instead. And then we talked to Wanda, and then Wanda was like, I can't help you, go talk to Lula.
Okay, cool. So Shannon, I think the second one. Shannon.
Okay.
Fear of reclaimed spaces, right? I can spot you easy now.
Oh, I think I did Wanda. I think she was bored.
Yeah, go for it. Survey.
Making a survey for the site, of the site for potential reclamation.
I think the second one. All right, well, don't set up shop just yet, huh? Like, people are still here, asshole? I really like this knife.
It has an aura. Know what I mean?
An aura.
Yeah, like it wasn't exactly used to cut apples.
It's meant for greater things.
Yes, ma'am.
I love them.
They're so good.
They are.
I think they're my favorite characters. Wow. Seems to be working okay. Julian's gonna love this. Ooh. Yeah, it's amazing. Hello, ghosts. Clyde and Cass sit cross-legged in the shade of a light aircraft. Cass shuffling cards and Clyde absently flipping through a stack of unopened letters.
I think letters.
Demand for aerial stunts having faded almost completely, and many of their company having died or aged out of the profession, Clyde and Cass found for their remaining pilots a steady flow of contract work delivering mail to remote rural areas. But this place was abandoned. Cass's cards predicted they'd be here for quite a while. All right, man. Let's see what you got.
This one looks like it might still play.
Oh, Bill Monroe. Great.
Yeah, we had a few of his.
Man, this is a barnstormer. Popular?
It used to be, but then the jukebox started to wear down. The longer it would run, the slower it would play. And these weird echoes would start to come in. Like, the music was just leaking and just pulling up in the bottom somewhere until everything was drowning. After a few hours, no matter what you put in that jukebox, it'd come out strange. Wrong.
I don't know. Sounds pretty cool to me, man.
It does. I want to hear it.
Give me the spooky music.
I want another song from Junebug.
Oh. Give me that rag, would you? The one with the embroidered bird on it. This one? Does it have a bird on it? I think so. Don't you know what a bird looks like? Yeah, but it's pretty small, and I thought it was some letters. I guess that could be a bird on there. Well, it's a rag, ain't it? As long as it's a rag, I guess it'll work for mop and sweat. Yeah, it's a rag for sure. Hi, Shannon.
Well, I don't know. Just a bunch of old stuff. It's hard to imagine someone ordering this. Like these things specifically. Why these things? This folding rocking chair. It's nice, but it's so peculiar. Someone really wanted this chair. Now we're setting it all up, trying to reverse engineer this person we never met. I kind of feel like we are that person. We're making that person right now together. Yeah, thanks. That helps. I'm like on the verge of tears, and I know that I'm an emotional bitch, but like, this game is just so good.
Yeah.
Like, I just am so blown away by this game.
So melancholy.
Yeah, it is. It feels so sad. I think the first one. I think they're talking about the horses.
Yeah, I'll miss them for sure. Beautiful creatures and so thoughtful.
I bet. Where do you think you'll go? Second one, maybe?
Yeah, hard to say. Everybody's leaving. Not that I blame them.
Maybe the second one.
Okay.
Sometimes you only need a few people. Look at this.
Yeah.
Whoa, look
Whoa!
at that.
Look at this. He pulls a videotape out of the rubble, pulls a piece of slate adorned with a partial circuit diagram out of the rubble, pulls a broken projector out of the rubble.
Videotape?
Emily pulls a videotape out of the rubble.
Home movies? Probably some. I like the second one.
Probably some weird art video, statistically speaking. He pulls a piece of slate adorned... Oh, gonna get to do all three?
Maybe only two.
I'm inclined toward
So pick whichever.
this
Yeah,
one.
let's do it.
Pulls a piece of slate adorned with a partial circuit diagram out of the rubble.
Uh,
This one?
yeah. Hey, I've got one of those. It's, the second one, the third one, the last one's kind of fun. A source of uncertainty. First one?
Very little I can salvage here. It wouldn't mean anything anyway. It's kind of a package deal. Thinking one?
Yeah.
You need the tapes, and the station, and the people. If one part is missing, the whole thing falls apart. Oofa doofa. Just got this chill music playing out of the empty hangar. I haven't lived in there for a bit.
No way.
Yeah, too drafty. I moved out one winter and never looked back.
It gets cold?
Sure, when the sun is down. Nice old church, though.
Really nice. Can make a nice workshop.
There you go. Bird. Oh, just walk right over us.
Well, we're little.
Hey, y'all. Thanks for sticking around for this. I know we've all got places to... Well, if anybody still needs somewhere to go, be sure and speak up, okay? I think Ron's heading through the woods tonight, back to the road, if you want a caravan. You staying in?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, I'll stay.
I think second one.
I think we can build something here again. This place has good bones. For right now, though, we've got some friends to bury. Speaking of good bones, the neighbors. Nikki has a poem and I have a song. If anyone wants to say anything, though, I'll go first. The neighbors were kind, gentle, beautiful horses. I used to go on walks with the silver one, out in the woods by... Why didn't anybody ever give them names? The silver one. Well, I guess he was gray, but his coat looked silver in the light, so I always called him that in my head. The other one is the other one. I loved these horses, but you'd never know it if you heard me talk about them like that. So, I'm sorry, silver one and other one. Sorry I don't have better names for you. You deserved better names. Also, sorry I'm so bad at this. Anybody else have anything to say?
I think Ron.
I've got something to say. I just want to say these horses used to crap on my floors, but it never bothered me too much. Never mentioned to anyone. I didn't want to make a thing out of it. But if we're clear in the air, well, that happened. It's okay. I mean, recently, too, I was cleaning up horse crap just a couple days ago. But I'm saying it was okay. Would have been okay if any of you wanted to crap on my floors. I just want to say that. I would have cleaned up after any of you if you crapped on my floor. Thanks, Ron.
Elmo? I was thinking about it when all those canned carrots showed up in the mail. You all remember that? Somebody was calling around with some canned carrots they wanted to be rid of. And I guess Consolidated Power got word of it. So these cans of carrots showed up in the mail, and we didn't know where they came from at first. I tried some out. No flavor to them. Some of them were gray. Just awful. Rita said that that's still okay to eat. Like, sometimes carrots just lose their color if they sit in a can too long. But nobody wanted them, really. Well, Aunt Connie came on TV with a message like, "Hope the horses are enjoying their treat." And we thought, okay, these are for the neighbors, sure. Horses love carrots, right? But the neighbors wouldn't touch them, wouldn't even look at them. You'd think they were canned rocks. We opened a couple dozen and set them out all by the water trough, and they were still there a day later. Even the raccoons steered clear. And then, of course, Consolidated sent us an invoice for every can we'd opened. We already made out in a company script. How do you like that? Okay. Oh, that's Emily, sorry.
Okay. I guess we'd better move on. Nikki, you ready?
Yeah, the first one.
Thanks for sticking around. Like Emily said, it's so good to have you all here for this.
Second one.
I think the neighbors would have liked this. All of us gathered here. They liked to be around people. Maya was the guest. You and our other visitors might not know about the out-of-towner. He came here to work for the company, to dig a ditch. And the company worked him good and hard and for less than he was worth, but it wasn't enough. They had to use him up completely. After that, we became ungovernable, first out of shame, then grief, then anger.
First one.
I wanted to write this poem because the neighbors led me through that time. I used to sit with them out in the woods. There's a clearing out there. It's about 20 minutes walk, directly away from everything. I mean, there's no reason to walk that direction unless you're going to this clearing. The neighbors liked to graze there. There's a certain grass that they like best. It only grows in partial shade deep in the woods. I'd go out to that clearing and just watch them in my shame, grief, and anger. And they knew. Any of you who spent time with these horses will remember they knew just what I was feeling. I could tell. It radiated off them like sweat evaporating, creatures of pure compassion. And forgiveness. Kind of forgiveness Frost meant when he wrote, "Something we somehow haven't to deserve." When I go, I want to be buried out there in that clearing and feed that grass they loved. Look for me under your boot soles, as the fella says. Nikki clears her throat and begins reading from the paper she's holding. What do you think?
I think third one.
For we who stayed, in shame, to penance pay, and hoped to mercy find right where we sinned, those hopes are withered, no mercy left, Who could forgive us now we've buried our merciful friends?
First one.
Nikki closes her eyes for a moment before continuing. Our neighbors were the best of us, of course. It's always so. Our better selves, clearer of ourselves, where we can see their glory glow. They glow now underground, our friends, with love.
I think second one.
Our neighbors left us here, though not alone.
Third.
Where friends have gone, we hope one day to go.
First one.
Here where we lay our town and friends to rest.
Maybe the third one or second one.
Let's do third.
Yeah.
Some other cherished fools will build their home. Then we buried the horses.
I've heard of a land of joy and peace and wonderful life. A beautiful place of mansions fair and skies so bright, where all who believe the Savior dear forever shall stay. And having been saved by grace divine, I'm going that way. I'm going that way. I'm going that way. Yes, dear, the Savior I adore is with me each day. I'm clinging to Him and never to stray. Just singing praises all day long. I'm going that way. Well, glorious news I tell and sing as onward I go. For those who are still astray in sin, my Savior may know. I want them to sing that praise above some beautiful day. For glory to Him who died for me, I'm going that way. I know I shall meet Him at the gate when trials are past. I know I shall meet Him face to face in glory at last. Oh, I believe that when we meet, well done, He'll say, while trusting that soul redeeming love, I'm going that way. I'm going that way. I'm going that way. Yes, dear, the Savior I adore is with me each day. I'm clinging to Him and never to stray. Just singing praises all day long. I'm going that way.
Fuck, man. Oh. Fuck.
Oh my god.
Fuck. Oh. What do you even say? What do you say?
I don't know.
What do you say?
I'll just start weeping if I talk too much about it. Like, it's just so good. It's just so good.
There's, I think, a very specific kind of grief at the heart of this story.
Yeah.
About what happens as a town dies, essentially, right?
Yeah.
As
Yeah.
a place to be or a way of life fades into history. The grief of the people who were a part of it and are still around, right?
Yeah.
Which is not a grief that I personally am very familiar with.
Yeah.
But I've experienced some like shades of it, and I think the game very intentionally approaches it in a couple different directions. Obviously, there's the personal relationship between Conway and like the people who took him in. Hearing there's too many names, so I'm not going to remember all of them, but the woman having like memory problems, her son and husband dying, the business falling apart, but also like Shannon and Conway sort of forming a bit of a bond, but Conway still being taken away. what Emily touched on with the radio station, and the sort of loss of like a creative community. I definitely, I've had communities that I was a part of that I had to leave for various reasons, or that fell apart. And it is a very specific kind of grief, to grieve a thing that isn't like, it's not a person. It's just like a vibe. It's a collection of people. And the game does such a good job of illustrating all of these different things and showing how they're connected, and how there's this like root of like guilt and cynicism, and in some cases greed, that sort of causes the decay of these relationships in these spaces. And it's so interesting to have all these very different stories all connected in this one specific way, to create an extremely cohesive story. But fuck, that hurts.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Especially because we're seeing, like, glimpses of the barn and the horses from the very beginning.
Yeah.
And I mean, even the gas station was a horse. Like, the very first scene was like a big horse's head, and we're seeing like it was just such wonderful storytelling from the word jump.
Yeah.
Like, it was so good. And it was just like, I'm fucked up over that final scene. Like, it was so heart-wrenching. I literally will just start weeping about it because I fucking loved it so much. But it sucked Conway not being there. Like, I was thinking about that because Blue was there.
Yeah.
And that made me sad. And it was like saying goodbye to something that we didn't know. Like, we never were with the horses or saw them alive. It was so well done.
Yeah.
Brokenhearted. It was great.
Fuck! That hits like a ton of bricks.
Yeah, it really does. That was so good.
Grades. Grades are what we do here.
Like S tier, like A++,
this is A+.
perfect score.
Yeah. I think this is the only time we have ever agreed that this is a game we've played was a perfect game. It's if I were to dock points, it would be for not saving where we left off last episode, and I'm not doing that. Like, it was so good. The characters were so real, despite being like so absurd. This like American Gothic vibe that like is never explained really. It's never really clearly described what is like supposed to be weird and what is supposed to be considered normal by the people in it. What's metaphor, what's not, like stuff that normally like I prefer a little bit more description there would have been wildly unnecessary here. Like
Conway's leg just fucking is like a glowing skeletal structure, and we don't ever talk about that. Like we just, I mean, like, it's so.
The fucking bar interlude.
Yeah. Like the entire time on the Echo, the boat, like there's so much, and it was beautiful visually. I think the writing was spectacular. The characters were interesting. The music and like audio in general was fucking great. Incredible. And then like the mechanics, the way that we interacted with the game was also great. Like I fucking loved it. I am so sad that we're done. Yeah. But also like I feel like that's exactly where it should have ended, right there. Yep. And I have so many questions about like where people go and what happens to people, and like, but I'm glad that I don't know. Like I prefer it this way, and so it's just really good. I think like I got all of the closure that I needed.
I want 30 more games exactly like this, but at the same time, I don't know how you ever make another game that's like this.
I agree. I don't know how you replicate this, like the feeling of this game.
Yeah.
So good.
Oh, Jesus Christ. That's Kentucky Route Zero. We have played a number of games on this show. Hi, hello, viewers, whether you're watching live on Twitch or as it is recorded on YouTube. If you're watching this on YouTube, I'm sorry it's taking me so long to upload these. But it's obviously you're watching it now. We've played a number of games on the show, some of which were at least close to being as good as this one. I have no idea.
Some of which were dog shit.
Some of which were dog shit. I'm not going to link any of the dog shit ones at the end of this. But there will be another playthrough, possibly 2 other playthroughs for you to choose between, linked at the end of the video. And you can go pick one of those. Our goal is to be back a week from today for another game. I think we can say what game that is, right? Like, yeah, we usually do that at the end of a game.
If we know what it is, we usually do.
Yeah, it's been so long since we played a game that wasn't this though. We're gonna be coming back with another very long game. Called The Talos Principle, which is one of my favorite puzzle games, which also has a pretty solid story in it, if I remember correctly. It's been a long time. I remember when we were playing The Witness, I was like, we need to play The Talos Principle because it's everything we want The Witness to be. While The Witness was hurting us emotionally, and not in a fun way.
In a good way, and not in a Kentucky Route Zero way, in a just like a
why,
way.
Joe Blow? Why?
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll be back with that next week. But yeah. Bye, bitches.
Bye, bitches.